Good afternoon, Ava here. I would like to welcome everyone to the iBUG Apple Workshop, episode number 150, for Saturday, April 27th, 2024. Thank you to those joining us in person this afternoon, and to those of you listening to the recorded playback on the iBUG Today website, podcast, or YouTube channel. The blind community are finding the Apple devices to be useful assistive technology tools in their daily lives, whether at home, at work or school, or on the go. The accessibility features of the Apple devices have cleared new pathways for the blind to be more productive, consume online content, and stay connected through social media. We have an exciting meeting planned for today. We will first review some iBUG announcements and some recent Apple news and rumors. Then, Jose will demo the Uber Eats app and Herbie will demo the digital cleanup. Finally, we will spend any remaining time to answer general questions you may have. I would now like to turn the meeting over to the iBUG guy, Michael McCulloch. Ready to go, Michael?
Yes. Thank you, Ava. Wow, episode 150. That's kind of a milestone. I think it kind of snuck up on us here. Almost 13 years of iBUG, and we will be celebrating that, and you'll hear more about that here later for next month's celebration. But right now, for our episode today, I just want to, again, welcome everyone. And we are going to, first thing, go around the room, have everyone introduce themselves. And as usual, we like a little icebreaker question to help get to know everybody. Today, we're going to talk about food. And what we want to know is, what's your favorite kind of cuisine? For example, Chinese, Mexican, French, fast food, whatever cuisine that is your favorite. Just share that with us, and just one quick answer. That's all you have to do. No explanations. All right, we're going to unmute everyone, and then you may go around. Name where you're from and your favorite cuisine.
This is Pete, and I'm from Florida, and I like steak and potatoes or Italian.
This is Herbie in Houston, and I agree with Pete on the steak and potatoes, but I also go for Chinese.
This is Elisa in Porter, Texas, and I will go with Mexican food.
All right, welcome. That's great.
Celeste Wheelock from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and wow, I didn't know Herbie liked Chinese food. I like Chinese food too.
All right, Chinese. Go ahead, next.
This is Ted in Houston, and I'm with Pete and Herbie with the steak and taters.
All right, good old steak and taters. Very good. Who else we got? Welcome, Ted.
Me from Reno, and I like Italian.
All right. No, that's our second Italian. Thank you, Marie. Welcome.
Liz, Fort Worth. All.
Okay, that's good enough. Anybody else? Who's next?
Misty from New Jersey, and I like Mexican.
All right, welcome, Misty. And just a reminder, after you've introduced yourself, if you'll please go on mute, that would help out. Who's next?
I'm Maxwell.
Sorry. Desi from Franklin, Tennessee, and I love Mexican food, and I miss living in the Southwest for that reason.
All right.
I'm Cheryl Goodnight from Temple, Texas, and I like a broiled steak with a baked potato.
Very good.
I'm Maxwell from Windsor, Ontario, and I like steak and potatoes as well. Thank you.
Looks like steak and potatoes is in the lead. Who else we got out there? Welcome, Max.
This is
Gary
Ned.
in Austin.
All right, go Gary, then Ned.
We'll go with Mexican, I think, right now.
All right, welcome, Gary. Ned, go ahead.
This is Ned from Kyle, Texas, and I like French.
All right, first French.
Angela Crystal from Minnesota, and my favorite is Mexican.
All right, welcome, Angela.
Dan from Southern California. I like Mexican.
All right, Dan, and then I heard Paul.
Italian.
Welcome. Who else?
We'll go for Italian.
Jody in New Hampshire, and I vote for the steak and potato.
All
and
right.
Italian.
Welcome, Jody.
This is Karen in Pennsylvania, and I love cold cereals. A big giant bowl of
All
corn
right. I would
any
have
cold
guessed
cereal.
that, but that's a great answer. I like it. You have a favorite cereal?
I like them all. Corn Pops, Captain Crunch, Fruit Loop, Honey
All
Smacks,
right.
anything sweet.
Anything with loads of sugar. That's
Mhm.
kind of my thing too. All right. Who else we got out there?
Jake from Michigan.
All right. Let's see. Who was the lady right before Jake? Go ahead.
Carrie from Arlington Heights, and my favorite, I didn't catch the question, but my favorite cereal is grits, especially if it's got cheese and lots of other good stuff in it.
All right. Very good.
That's a hot cereal.
And just for those that have joined us, our icebreaker today is, what is your favorite cuisine? Chinese, Mexican, French, whatever the case may be. All right, who else we got? I heard Jake. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Jake from Michigan, and I guess for the call, it's kind of a toss-up, but I like Mexican food. It's one of my favorites, and a steak potato.
All right, very good. Who else we got?
Hi, it's Carla from It's Carla from the UK.
Yeah, go ahead, Carla.
Hello. Yeah, my favorite cuisine is got to be Indian food.
Oh, I knew it. I could have said it before you even said it. All right, very good, Carla. Okay, who else out there?
This is Shri.
Madeline.
Definitely Indian cuisine.
Okay, another Indian. Okay, go ahead, Madeline.
Madeline from Texas. I love soul food.
Oh, boy, you should be here
Uh-huh.
in Houston. We are going to good soul food later on. Okay, very good. Who else we got out there? Didn't get a chance to introduce themselves.
Cindy from Chicago.
Cindy, what's your favorite cuisine?
My own Puerto Rican food.
Okay, very good. Ooh, I'm going to find out more about Puerto Rican. Okay, who else?
Kimberly from Peoria, Arizona. Seafood.
All right. Wow. We're in the middle of Arizona. Loves that seafood. Got to import it. All right. Who else we got?
This is Niall from Ireland, and I like Italian.
Oh, Niles. Okay. Is this your first time here?
First time, yeah. Just heard about you there a few weeks ago, so I said I'd join you.
Okay. How'd you hear about us?
Saw something on one of the groups that I'm on the internet there, so just spotted something and I looked it up. So yeah.
Okay. Well, very good. We are so happy to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Who else we got out there that hadn't had a chance to introduce themselves?
Brian from Ontario, and I go with steak and potatoes.
All right, another steak and potatoes. Welcome, BB.
Two steaks and half a potato.
All right, lots of protein. Who else we got out there?
Intisar from.
Go ahead, Intisar, and then Marty.
Okay, Intisar from Iowa, and it's a toss-up between Middle Eastern food and Indian food.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Welcome, Innie. All right, go ahead, Marty.
Soft pretzels.
Wait, what is that?
Soft pretzels.
Soft pretzels.
It's a Philadelphia thing.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Very good. Welcome, Marty. Who else is out there? Name where you're from and your favorite cuisine. Anybody else that didn't get a chance?
This is Sandhya. Toss up between Indian food and mashed potatoes. Can that be a category by itself?
Mashed potatoes. If you can
We'll
sing,
call that American.
If you can sing the song, do the mashed potato.
Here you
All
go.
right.
You're on.
Welcome, welcome. Ms. Sandhya, who, by the way, I didn't get failed to mention, she's the co-host for our iBUG Apple Workshop today. So welcome to her, and so glad to have her by my side today. Okay, I know Niles was a first timer to the iBUG Apple Workshop. Is there anybody else that's here that's a first timer to the Apple Workshop?
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
I am a first timer to this, and I gotta thank the Grandmaster of Buzzman for inviting me.
Okay, hang on, Celeste. I'm going to talk to Kimberly here. Kimberly, where are you from again?
Peoria, Arizona.
Arizona, that's right. Okay, Miss Seafood from Arizona.
There you go.
How did you hear about us, iBUG?
So I work with our seniors in Arizona that have gone blind with their smart devices, and I thought I could always learn more.
Okay, well, hopefully you will learn something today. And so what all kind of devices do you help them with?
All technology. So, of course, our phones. I love Apple versus some of the other ones. And JAWS. And Zoom text.
Okay, very good. Do the seniors have like a regular group meeting they go to, Kimberly?
Well, I work for a company called Savvy Services for the Blind. And we do have a seniors meeting every Friday, but I work Monday through Friday, going and visiting at their houses and helping them personally with their devices.
Gotcha. No, I was just asking. If at any time you would like us to join into one of those meetings, we'd be glad to do that. Just drop us an email at ibugtoday@gmail.com.
I would love that.
And we can arrange to do that. Very good.
You got it. I will do that.
All right. Thanks, Kimberly. All right. Anybody else that was a first timer? I heard Celeste. You're a first timer to this meeting. Come back on, Celeste. Tell us more about how you found out about iBUG.
So I found out about iBUG. I've seen things on Mastodon and what before, but I've got to thank the Grandmaster Fuzz for inviting me to today's meeting because, well, he left my party last night to go record today's demo. So.
And she's referring to me, by the way, guys.
Okay. All right. That's who I figured it was. Well, okay. Well, we're so glad that you found out about us and you've joined us today. What kind of Apple devices do you use? Celeste?
Sorry. So I have an iPhone XR and an Apple Watch Series 5.
Very good. All right. Well, you're an Apple girl then, a fangirl. All right. Well, we're certainly glad to have you at this meeting, Celeste, and stick around and hopefully, we'll have some other things that you'll be interested in.
Thanks. I know that my phone seriously needs to be cleaned up because I'm out of space in my phone, so half my apps sit in iCloud till I need them. So.
Okay. Well, we're going to hear more about that later. Thanks, Celeste. Okay. Who else? Anybody else that was a first timer? All right. Okay, well, we're going to move right on along here. And next order of, we want to celebrate anyone that had a birthday during the month of April or some kind of anniversary. You want to share that with us? Birthdays or anniversaries in the month of April? I know there's at least.
Brian's birthday was last Wednesday.
Okay,
I'm finally an old fart now, blind old fart.
Gary.
I think you've already been there, Mr. Brian. Well, happy birthday. Okay, Gary.
Well, actually, today is my birthday as we speak.
Oh,
happy birthday, Gary.
Good. Well, we are so privileged to have you celebrate it with us, or we can celebrate it with you. Very good.
Glad to be here.
Happy birthday. All right. Any other birthdays or anniversaries?
Yes, this is Madeline. My birthday was Sunday,
Yeah,
April 21.
Okay, this
21st
past
of
Sunday,
April. Right.
Madeline's birthday.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Thank
happy birthday to you also.
Thank you.
Anyone
Thank you.
else?
It's Kathy.
Kathy. Uh-oh.
My birthday was on the
You
7th,
had a
and my
birthday?
favorite cuisine is dessert.
Okay. Very good. We want to wish you also a happy belated birthday. And she's 40 again. Well, welcome. All right. Anybody else? Birthdays or anniversaries?
Mike, can you hear me?
Yes. Annie, go ahead.
This is Intisar. I wanted to mention that this is my first time on an Apple meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've been on other meetings, but this first time to Apple Workshop. Okay.
Yes, Apple
Well,
Workshop.
we are glad. Yeah, well, we are very glad to have you here with us today. Remind me, what Apple devices do you use?
iPhone. That's the only Apple product I have at this time. iPhone. SE.
Okay. Which iPhone? You have the SE. Okay.
Yes.
That's a nice little phone. Small, compact, and lots of power.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Intisar. Very good. Anyone else? We are going to move right along to our next item, which is something. I lost my place. Oh, I have a few announcements related to iBUG. I'm not going to go through all of next month's activities. I'm going to hit a few highlights and maybe what's coming up in the next week. But first and foremost, want to tell you next month is a special month. That's our 13th anniversary of iBUG. We started in May of 2011 with our very first iBUG Apple workshop. And that meeting, we had a big grand total of 5 people. And today we are almost 10 times that at looks like 48 right now. So that's pretty awesome. We've grown in this meeting. But just want to let you guys everybody, we invite you, a special invitation to all of you to come join us that meeting. That will be on May 25th. And we have lots of fun things planned for that. As usual, we'll have some entertainment. We'll have some food and lots of bubbly and all kinds of things to celebrate. And so you will need to be here. Of course, that's all virtual food and bubbly, but who cares? You can bring your own and celebrate right along with us there from wherever you are. But one thing important about that meeting is that is the date that we will be announcing the winner of our iBUG $500 tech shopping spree. And you still have a little less than a month to enter that drawing. And you can simply go to our website right there on the home page. And for a mere $10, that'll get you entered into the drawing to be a possible winner of that $500 gift card. And that will be to your choice of either Apple, Google, or Amazon. So we are definitely going to be having a winner that day. So you have up until May 24th, actually, the day before the meeting, to enter the drawing. So please go to our website, ibugtoday.org, and right there on the front page shows several ways how you can enter that. Easiest one is just to either using PayPal or your credit card. Simply enter that in right there, and that'll put you right into the drawing. Okay, coming up this next week, regular Monday night, iBUG Buzz at 7 p.m. And all these times are central, and they'll be right here on this very same Zoom conference. Then later in the week on Thursday, first Thursday of the month, we have Trekkie Talk, and we are in the midst of watching Deep Space Nine, I believe episodes 9 and 10. So we watch those ahead of time and then come together at 8 p.m. Central to discuss those. And that meeting is led by Jody and Kenny, and I know Jody is online here today, so join her for that. Then Saturday, May 4th, is iBUG Unplugged. That's where we totally unplug from any tech talk and just talk about all kinds of different things. The topic or title of that meeting is It's Mere Child's Play. It's mere child's play. So come and join us for that at 8 p.m. Saturday, May 4th. And again, all of this right here on this very same Zoom conference. Later in the month, the second Thursday, we have our Vila Book Club. That'll be May 9th. And we're currently reading the book Copperhead. Demon Copperhead. Ooh, left out the mean part of it. Demon Copperhead by Barbara King Solver. And DB number in case you would like to read that. It's a rather long book. DB 110-786. 110-786 on the BARD NLS system. So be sure to join us for that one also. And again, that's Thursday, May 9th at 6:30 p.m. And then also we have our iBUG Cafe on normally the second Sunday of the month, but since May 12th is Mother's Day, we're going to move it up a day to Saturday, May 11th, and that's at 4 p.m. Central for the iBUG Cafe. And the topic there is looking at ways to edit text on your iPhone. That's a very important thing to know how to do. To copy, paste, delete text, move it around, all that good stuff. And Sri Roy, our facilitator for that, will be leading that discussion, and he's got some very capable people to demonstrate those features. Okay, so those are the highlights for the next month. I guess I need to share with you ways to keep in touch with us.
This is Sandhya.
Sandhya, yes. Did I forget something?
Mention the movie night?
Oh, yes. Movie night. Every Friday night we have iBUG Night at the Virtual Movies. Very popular, probably our most popular event that we do. Just a social event where we come together, somewhere around 7:15 Central Time, 7:15 p.m. Central Time, and frolic and have lots of fun during the pre-movie social, playing some song games, jokes, sharing some jokes and other argle-bargle. And then we watched our movie at around 8 p.m. and immediately following the movie have a lively discussion and trivia. I understand the lively discussion got out of hand last night and had to be curtailed, but we won't go into that. So anyway, that's always a fun time. So yeah, please join us and that movie is always revealed. shared on Monday at the iBUG Buzz during the midpoint of the program during our big reveal. So you can always find it there. All right, ways to keep in touch with us. I mentioned already our website, ibugtoday.org, is probably the best source of information about all of our different training sessions, social events, and other resources. Also, we keep all recordings of everything that we do, including this one today. If you happen to want to go back and listen to it, or others out there I know are listening to this as a podcast later on. And so we have it there on the website. We have a podcast, regular podcast that you can subscribe to. And we have a YouTube channel. So just look for us, look for iBUG Today search for iBUG Today on YouTube, find our channel, and you can subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification button and you'll be notified of any new podcast recordings that are on the YouTube channel. Also, we're on Facebook. We have both a page and a group. So just do a search again for iBUG Today, and you should find both of those, especially the group. If you want to join that group, that's a good place to get all of the notifications of upcoming events. Also, if you have questions about anything that might come up in between any of our training sessions, you can post them there and have them answered there. Follow us on X, or formerly Twitter, as they say, and lots of different tech news related to Apple and other sources is tweeted out. Do they still call them tweets, even though it's not Twitter? I don't know. I think they're just called posts now on X. So those are the ways to keep in touch with us, follow what we're up to. And now I am going to hand it over to my co-host Sandhya, who's going to tell you more about news and rumors out of the Apple world.
Apple's future leverages robotics, and they are planning to move far beyond the simple HomeKit lights control. So Apple is focusing on devices that make it easier to collect information from various devices around a certain space. Apple continues to have grand ambitions for more products in the smart home category, reports Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, our friend. One fairly obvious future idea would be the revamped Apple TV set-top box with a built-in camera for video conferencing. Another is said to be a lightweight smart display that would gather data from home devices and could more easily be carried by users with them as docked with charging hubs around the house. The device is said to be akin to a low-end iPad. Apple has allegedly started small-scale set testing on projects. Like any rumor, though, many of these things may never happen. Another idea that has been floated in rumors for some time, similar to what's being proposed in Sunday's report, is a HomePod with connected screen. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo was an advocate of this idea, but has recently walked back, predicting that such a device would appear this year. The company is also likely to develop new product ideas from technology repurposed from the abandoned Apple Car project. What? Apple Car has been abandoned? Now they tell me? CarPlay, too, for example, has integration with a vehicle's controls, which could transfer to increased smart home controls through the iPhone and iPad. And the artificial intelligence and machine learning developed for the car are an easy transfer to mobile robots. Recent rumors suggest that Apple is also considering an entry into robotics. The report mentions a tabletop product that might use a robotic arm to move a display around to follow the user, perhaps similar to the iMac G4 arm, just automated. This could allow more freedom to move beyond what the center stage camera feature currently allows. The arm and display could also be used like personas of Apple Vision Pro users, with the display itself moving to simulate nodding or shaking one's head. Both products are said to be under consideration and feasibility testing, but no financial decisions have been made. Tesla wants Apple to testify in an upcoming wrongful death lawsuit over its autopilot feature by proving the Apple engineer behind the wheel was playing games instead of paying attention. Tesla faces a trial in April over a fatal crash from 2018 involving its autopilot feature and whether its software is at fault for the car accident. However, lawyers representing the family of the deceased driver, the Apple engineer, Walter Huang, has accused Apple of working with Tesla to help its case. A pretrial motion filed earlier this week says Apple was engaging in a secret discovery workaround to help support Tesla in its defense of the pending case. In the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board's initial decision on the crash, it determined that the 2018 crash in Mountain View, California was caused by autopilot on a Tesla Model X failing to recognize an obstacle, resulting in a 71 mile per hour crash into a highway barrier. The initial crash was followed by impact from two other cars as well as a fire from a battery breach. At the time, the NTSB determined that an iPhone used by Huang had a strategy game as its foremost app at the time of the crash. However, log data wasn't enough to determine whether he was actively playing the game during the crash itself. The logs did indicate there was a pattern of active game playing that coincided with the morning commute hours, while data transmissions before the impact were consistent with online game activity. The family says that Huang had the game running passively in the background. Ultimately, the NTSB reported that the data was not specific enough to ascertain whether the Tesla driver was holding the phone at the time of the crash. The declaration could be crucial to Tesla's defense strategy, as the car maker believes that autopilot is safe to use and that it only becomes a danger when drivers are not paying attention to the road. iOS 18 is rumored to add at least 10 new features to your iPhone. Apple is set to unveil iOS 18 during its WWDC, Worldwide Developers Conference keynote on June 10th, 2024. This update is reportedly one of the biggest updates in iPhone's history, with new ChatGPT-inspired generative AI features, a more customizable home screen, and much more. The first developer beta of iOS 18 should be available immediately following the WWDC keynote, and the updates will likely be widely recirculated in September. Smarter Siri. iOS 18 is rumored to include new generative AI features for Siri in apps such as Spotlight, Shortcuts, Apple Music, Messages, Health, Keynote, Numbers, Pages, and more. These features are expected to be powered by Apple's on-device large language model, LLM, but Apple has reportedly also discussed partnerships with companies like Google, OpenAI, and Baidu. Another feature is the more customizable home screen. One of the design changes rumored for iOS 18 is a more customizable home screen, including the ability to place app icons anywhere on the home screen grid. This change will allow for blank spaces, rows, and columns between app icons. The next improvement is improved text with Android users. Apple announced that it will support the cross-platform messaging standard, RCS, in the Messages app. Alright, so the next thing is improved texting with Android users. Apple announced that it will be supporting the cross-platform message standard, RCS, in the Messages app on iOS starting later in 2024. So it will likely be an iOS 18 feature. Compared to SMS, RCS support will improve the texting experience between iOS and Android devices by allowing for high-resolution photos and videos, audio messaging, typing indicators, read receipts, Wi-Fi messaging, and more. Next, calculator revamp. iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and macOS 15 are expected to feature a revamped calculator app with several new features, including a sidebar that lists recent calculations, an improved interface for converting units, integration with Notes app, and more. Yes, this means that app will finally be making up calculator app available on the iPad. iOS 18, the Notes app is expected to gain support for displaying mathematical notations, allowing users to include more types of algebraic equations and formulas in Notes. Yes, that's something I've always wanted. Yeah, right. Custom routes in Apple Maps. At least 2 new Apple Maps features are expected on iOS 18, including custom routes and topographic maps. Custom routes would allow users to choose specific roads to travel on while navigating, while topographical maps include details such as trails, contours, lines, elevation, and points of interest for hiking and other outdoor users. Apple already introduced topographical maps on Apple Watch with watchOS 10. Safari Browser Assistant is another feature, and this will have generative AI feature potentially coming with iOS 18 is a browsing assistant in Safari, but no specific details are known yet. There are already multiple iOS web browsers with AI tools such as Microsoft Edge and its GPT-4 powered Copilot, and Arc Search, which can summarize web pages to provide concise information. AI, the next thing is the AirPods Pro as hearing aids. The iOS 18 will reportedly include a so-called hearing aid mode for AirPod Pros, but it is unclear how it would differ from the Apple's existing conversation boost feature that launched in 2021. Next generation CarPlay. I don't really care because I don't have a car.
All right, I'm back on. I think my mic is hiccuping on me, but I'm back now. Very good. Thank you, Sandhya, for the excellent news from our Appleverse. What we're going to do now is go ahead and open the mics back up, see if anybody has questions on any of the announcements that were made, both the Appleverse or any of the iBUG announcements. Just when you unmute, say your name, wait to be acknowledged.
Marty.
Yeah, go ahead, Marty.
I got an email, and I haven't heard yet the details that Apple has some announcement on May 7th. And I looked in the email, and there was no details given as to what that announcement is about. Just wondering if any of you know.
Yeah, we'll put it out to our audience. Sandhya, go ahead.
Yeah, that's going to be the Let Loose event. It's talking about some new iPad models that are coming out. So.
Okay, new iPad.
iPad,
right.
no other devices.
No, that's what they were talking about. New iPads.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
And then sometime in May they do the disability awareness kind of thing. I forgot what it's called.
Global ability
awareness. Global awareness, abilities awareness, or something like that. Sometime, I don't know the exact date, but Apple will probably have some information there too with some of the AI stuff. Okay, any other questions?
I have one. This is Cheryl, and I just read on YouTube yesterday and listened to, and she mentioned it a while ago, coming out, I think around the 10th. That was something about AI with called GP something T. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So, that's probably related to that global awareness. They're going to be looking at their AI, which incorporates the Chat GPT or GPT-4.
Okay. What I was wondering is because with this demonstration I saw on YouTube, it was about a function where you asked, Be My Eyes, what is in my refrigerator?
Uh-huh.
And so, boy, that would be very helpful because I have trouble finding things in my refrigerator. I have to take everything out.
Yeah, actually, that capability, I believe, is already there. We did do a demo we didn't look in a refrigerator, but we did do a demo of looking at different scenes and having Be My Eyes, and Seeing AI also maybe works a little better, do the same thing.
Okay, so what part of Be My Eyes do I go out and go in there for? You ask it a question.
Yeah, there's a button called Be My AI, and that will do it. It'll take a picture and then describe it to you, and then you can ask further questions, follow-on questions to get more information.
Oh, you type in there in the chat thing.
Yeah. Or it may have a capability. I can't remember if it has capability to just do, voice. But that's there. Thanks, Cheryl. Anybody else?
Lisa.
Go ahead, Elisa.
So I think, Sandhya, you mentioned something about the texting was going to be, I guess, a new feature now with iOS 18. Is that correct? With RC something? I don't know what word you mentioned.
This is something that's supposed to improve your ability to text with Android users. So, like one example they gave is like when you're texting an iPhone user, it'll say Buddy is typing or Michael, Lisa is typing. And so now I think you're going to be having that capability with Android users as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hopefully they'll make it where you can put them in a group too, and
that would be amazing.
Still be a message, use iMessage to it. Okay. Anyone else? We got time for maybe one or two more questions here.
Well, while they're thinking, this is Sandhya, real quick. Sorry about the breathing. Two more articles that we talked about is now we're going to have the ability for Find My is going to be available on the Google platform. So now iPhone and Google products can find trackers. So if you have a Google device, you can find iPhone trackers, Apple trackers, and vice versa. And then the other thing is now the Vision Pro is being used to perform surgeries. And one of them was like a shoulder replacement, and its ability to like speed everything up and keep track of all the surgical items and so forth. So pretty exciting stuff that's happening.
Cool. I like it. I don't know if I want somebody operating on me with Vision Pro glasses on. I'd be knocked out. I'm sure they anesthetized me, so I wouldn't know anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter.
It's Maxwell.
Okay, go ahead, Maxwell. Last question.
I guess what I'm wondering is do you know if there's going to be some phones that won't have the newest update with artificial intelligence? Because I have an iPhone 12 and I'm hoping I'll get the stuff for artificial intelligence and whatnot. Is there going to be some settings that won't be on iPhone 12s versus newer ones?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit limited because they're going to require some of the upgrade hardware that would come on the iPhone 16 to do some of that, I'm guessing. But remains to be seen, I guess. I mean, some capabilities should be there. They just probably won't be the full capabilities of the new iPhone.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are going to, while we still got everybody unmuted, just want to see anybody that joined us since our initial round of introductions at the beginning. Just want to welcome you, have you just say your name, where you're from, and share with us what your favorite favorite food cuisine is. For example, Chinese, Mexican, Greek, whatever it may be.
Jose.
Go ahead, Jose.
Jose from Houston. And I think I have a few favorite cuisines.
All right, we just want one.
Okay, I guess I'll settle for Mexican.
All right, Mexican. That was a popular one. Who else?
This is Helene.
Yes, Miss Helene.
So my favorite is Italian.
Okay, very good. I like Italian too. Welcome.
Carol.
Go ahead, Carol.
Sushi, Japanese.
Oh man, a girl after my own heart. I didn't get to say it, but I was about to come back in and say nobody had picked my cuisine. So Japanese and sushi especially. Way to go, Carol. All right, who else we got?
Linda.
Go ahead, Linda.
Linda Enambo, Mexican.
All right, Mexican. You may be lead. No, I don't know. It's pretty close between Mexican and steak and potatoes. Anybody else that didn't get a chance to introduce themselves?
Tammy and Phoenix.
Gloria.
All right, Tammy, then Gloria.
I'm vegan, so I would say tofu.
Oh, tofu. I love tofu. Lots of things you can do with tofu. Can you name 3 things you can do with tofu?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Who was that?
Gloria.
Gloria. Yes. Go ahead, Ms. Gloria.
I am vegan also, but Caribbean cuisine.
Ah, right. Carib. Very good.
Chris in Texas.
Ms. Chris in Texas. Let me guess. No, I'm not going to take a guess. I have no idea. This woman, no telling what she eats. Go ahead.
Easy.
Tell us.
Anything chocolate.
Ooh, chocolate. Another girl after my heart. Oh, man.
Among other
Who
things.
else we got?
Rosetta.
Go ahead, Ms. Rosetta.
Hi, this is Rosetta from Georgia. My favorite food is Jamaican food.
Another one down in the islands. Way to go. Welcome, Rosetta. Who else we got? Anybody else that didn't get a chance to introduce themselves? Okay. I think everybody that piped in here or have been here before, so glad to have you back. And with that, we are, let's see, going to put you on mute, and we've got some things coming up here to share with you. We were talking about AI a little while ago and all the things Apple's going to be doing with AI, but guess who else is in the AI world? Some of you probably have seen this, but I'm going to play this. It's a little less than 4 minutes. A little blurb that Honda is developing an app called Scenic Audio, and I'll just play the infomercial and let you listen to see what it's going to do.
Technology on the road.
Cars these days see all around them. Other cars, the edge of the road, traffic signs, even the chance of collision before it happens. But somehow, amidst all this technology, we haven't figured out how to help every human in that same car see what's out there too.
Visually impaired people share their experiences.
People that are sighted have constant input. Like, I don't know what I'm missing until I know what I'm missing. I don't ask, I knew I was missing out, but I didn't want to inconvenience other people.
I feel the movement of the car, but I certainly don't get much about what's outside the car. So I'm sort of a captive there.
Sometimes when I'm in the car with friends, I do feel lonely. It's a very isolating experience.
Sandy Lacey, Howe Innovation Center.
People with disabilities are the world's largest minority, the only minority group anybody can join at any moment in their lives. And the reality is, if we're all lucky enough to grow into old age, we're all going to join the community at some point.
Honda introduces Scenic Audio with Perkins School for the Blind and the Howe Innovation Center.
The app is really a combination of a number of different artificial intelligences working together and then a number of different data sets working together.
Jason Carmel, creative technologist.
We use things like computer vision to actually see what's out there, and then generative AI to then describe it in a way that's kind of meaningful.
A list of data sets appears.
Added to that are all of these data sets that provide much more context. So things like the weather that's outside, the traffic, what direction that you're going, and then points of interest along the way that might help us describe things in a much more interesting way.
When I first heard about it, I was like, okay, well, that's a cool story, bro, but why? And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, wait, I can get in a car and get the same information as a sighted person. That's a really cool idea.
The app interprets the world outside for visually impaired passengers.
As we cruise down Pine Street, our gaze falls upon a sandy shore. Peaceful waves ripple gently, and distant figures stroll along the water's edge, enjoying the serene maritime vibe of Vineyard Haven. While ahead of us, the partly clad cloudy sky melts with the ocean's edge, leaving us eager for the views that await. Struck by the iconic green and white facade, the towering red brick walls adorned with banners of legendary ballplayers. It's an overcast day, and the rain adds a slick sheen to the brick sidewalk. A rainbow arches faintly, giving a splash of magic to this quaint town tableau.
Ooh. Love rainbows.
It's not about wayfinding. It's not about telling somebody when the next exit is on the road. It's about sharing the experience of being on the road.
Natalie Anderson, Perkins School for the Blind.
Anytime we can create an equitable experience and foster independence, it's a good day here at Perkins.
Phil Hareska, Honda.
This app really is more about storytelling and about this narrative versus just making it about functional. And that's really the inspiration of the Power of Dreams.
The idea of being able to sit in a car and enjoy the scenery around me is novel.
Cassandra arrives at the lighthouse.
Weathered shingles tell tales of salty air and sea sprays, their presence and homage to New England charm. As we approach the ferry at Woods Hole, its white lighthouse stands sentinel against the gray sky.
It's a lot to pull together, but when it's all together, it's like, holy crap.
The impression of a space in transition, waiting for its next purpose.
That's cool.
We catch glimpses of greenery, sparingly.
Honda, the Power of Dreams. Vehicles you saw.
Okay. Wow, that is so way cool. Can't wait for that app to be released. See how it's going to perform. If it's doing anything like this commercial, then it will be pretty powerful. Okay, we've got a couple of demos we want to present today, and we've got some great people to do those presentations. First up, we've got Jose Marquez. And Jose, you want to come off mic there? You can unmute yourself and just tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hello, everybody. This is Jose Marquez from Houston. I've been a longtime iBUG member, probably about 10 years already. I come and go whenever I can. I work as a medical interpreter here in Houston. I work from home. I do remote work. I'm a member of the National Federation of the Blind, and I have been an Apple user for, I would say maybe since 2012, perhaps, or well over a decade. I've been using Apple products, and it was definitely a life-changing thing for me. And today I was thankful that Sandhya asked me to do a demo. I appreciate that she considered me. I don't know who lied to her and told her that I do a good job doing demos. But I hope you guys enjoy it, that you guys learn something from it, and I'll be around at the end to answer any questions that you guys may have.
All right. Thanks, Jose. Yeah, Jose, like you said, he's no stranger to iBUG, being around 10 years plus, and we've enjoyed his company and all the good things he's shared with us. He's done a number of demos over these years, and so we fully trust and enjoy the demos he does. So we're just going to hop right into his demo.
Hello, today I'm going to do a demo on the Uber Eats app. That's spelled U as in uniform, B as in Bravo, E as in Echo, R as in Romeo, Eats, E as in Edward, A as in Alpha, T as in Tango, S as in Sierra. As far as there being a cost for the app, there is no cost to download the app, but there is a cost for the subscription. There are two types of subscriptions. You can get the monthly subscription, which runs for about $10, or the yearly subscription, which is about $100. So as you can see, if you sign up for the yearly subscription, you do save some money in the long run. The subscription will help you save money on your orders. They will give you promotions as well. That's the advantage of having a subscription. If not, you can still use the app without a yearly or monthly subscription, but you will have to pay a higher delivery fee for your items. Now, what is the purpose of the app? It is a food delivery service app. So you can order food from all types of restaurants, whether it's fast food, fine dining, from all types of cuisines, barbecue, Mexican, Mediterranean, Asian, Indian, which is one of my personal favorites. So, and recently they've added more options from ordering from different places, such as pharmacies and grocery stores, including the Costco store. Now, keep in mind, to be able to request a delivery from Costco, you are going to need a Costco membership. So you will need that information. You will need that membership to order from Costco. Other stores include, I believe, Randall, some convenience stores like 7-Eleven. I've seen Sprouts, Walgreens. So those are some of the other types of retailers that you can order items from. But Uber Eats is mainly known for food delivery service. Now I'm going to go ahead and launch the app so that you guys can see what it looks like. Launch Uber Eats.
On red promote deliver now to 8000 Street button.
Now there it's already set to be delivered to my home address. That's my default address. It's my home. Now keep in mind, when you first download the Uber Eats app, it's going to want you to create an account. So you'll need to input your name, your home address, your email address, and it's important for you to have your card information. Whether you're going to use a credit card or a debit card, it's going to ask for that information. Now, they're not going to charge you, but they save your information so that whenever you do place an order, they already have your card information saved. So keep that in mind, that you will need your card information and ready to go. If not, I believe you have the option of linking a PayPal account. I think they have that set up. And I think there's also a way to add Uber Eats funds to an account, that they offer you, but I'm not too familiar with that part of what that aspect of the app. So once you input all your information, you registered your account, you have it set up, and when you reopen the app, it's going to show your home address and the main menu. So I'm going to be starting from the top, and I'll be swiping to the left.
8 on red promotions button.
So Uber Eats is really good about giving you promotions, especially like remember when I mentioned to you guys earlier, if you pay for a subscription, they offer you a lot of promotions, like a discount, or where you buy 2 for the price of 1. Or they do other types of promotions. So those are the different type of promotions that you're going to get from Uber Eats. And they make it real simple for you, where you're able to choose a promotion.
Search Uber Eats, search field.
Now that's
double tap to edit. Swipe up or down to select a custom action. Then double tap to activate.
Now Uber Eats, here you can search for a type of cuisine or a restaurant. So if you don't want to be looking through all these different menus and you know what you want and where you want it from, you can just simply type in the name here.
Filter by Mexican button.
And they even offer you filter options, so you can filter out what you want to look for.
Filter by pizza button.
Pizza.
Filter by smoothies button.
Smoothies.
Filter by Indian button.
Indian. So you can go ahead and filter out the type of restaurants you want to look for.
Filter by breakfast button.
And it doesn't even have to be a type of food. If you're craving breakfast in the middle of the afternoon or in the middle of the night, you can also do that type of search.
Filter by fast food button. Filter by sushi button. Filter by wings button. Filter by Chinese button. Filter by vegan button. Filter by seafood button.
I'm going to go ahead and skip a few of these.
See all. Link. Featured on Uber Eats. Sort. Button. Dietary. Price. Rating. Best overall. Under 30. Delivery fee. Offers. Button. Pickup. Button. Uber One. Button. Filter by box catering. Link. Uber One. Button.
So that's the name of the service. It's called Uber One. That's the name, the official name of the subscription service.
Pickup. Button.
They also offer a new service now where not just delivery, but you can go and pick up your food items from a particular restaurant or a specific restaurant. I don't use this feature because I don't drive, I'm blind, so I use it for delivery.
Offers. Button.
And that's where you see different types of offers. And basically, I'm just swiping left to right.
Delivery fee. Button.
And here it gives you a breakdown of the delivery fee.
Under 30 minutes. Button.
You can even filter out by, if you want something quick because you're really hungry, you can also filter out by ordering something within 30 minutes.
Best overall. Button.
Those are places that have the best ratings.
Rating. Button.
Same thing as that one.
Price. Button.
You can filter items by price.
Dietary. Button. Sort. Button. Featured on Uber Eats. Link.
And there'll be certain times where they promote or feature certain restaurants. For example, in February, they'll promote Black-owned restaurants. In September, because of Hispanic Heritage Month, they might promote or feature Hispanic-run restaurants. So that's where you can find those type of locations. Now we're going to get into the goodies.
Taco Cabana. Rated 4.1 out of 5 stars based on more than 990 reviews. Delivered in 15 to 30 minutes. Spend $30. Save $6. Link.
So as you can hear, you'll hear the name of the restaurant, the estimated time of delivery, the ratings, if there's any promotion going on at that restaurant. And that's very useful to know because you want to know, well, hey, am I ordering from this place? Do they have good rating? Am I going to get my food quickly? So that's very useful to know.
Remove from favorites button.
Uber Eats will also give you the option to mark your restaurant as one of your favorites. So if you really like a specific restaurant, you can label it as favorites so you can go back to it quickly. So I'm going to keep swiping to the right.
Dish Society. Delivered in 35 to 50 minutes. Buy one, get one free. Link. Swipe up or down to select a custom action. Then double tap to activate.
I really like how Uber Eats, for me, I really love the time feature that they give you, how long it can take to have an item delivered to you. Because I tend to order from restaurants that are closer to me because I know they're going to get to me faster. You know, I've seen delivery times anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to over 75 minutes. So it really makes a big difference knowing the delivery time. So I'm just swiping to the right.
Add to favorites button.
And that's where you can add this restaurant to your favorite if you know you really like their food.
Ojos Locos Sports Cantina Northline. Delivered in 30 to 45 minutes. Top offer bullet buy one, get one free. Link. Add to favorite Everything Suya. Rated 4.2 out of 5 stars based on 12 reviews. Delivered in 15 to 30 minutes. 3 offers available. Link. Add to Zunex Sports Bar. Rated 4.2 out of 5 stars based on 13 reviews.
So basically, if you just keep swiping to the right, you're just going to be encountering all types of restaurants, some in my neighborhood, some a little further out. Now what I'm going to do is put my finger on the bottom of the screen.
Tab bar, selected, home, tab, 1 of 5.
So as you can hear, there are 5 tabs in the bottom of the phone screen. I'm going to swipe to the right.
Grocery, tab, 2 of 5.
As I mentioned to you guys earlier, Uber Eats now delivers groceries. That'll be in the second tab to the right.
Browse, tab, 3 of 5.
Browse is just another way for you to search for a certain type of food, retailer, restaurant, grocery store.
Cards, tab, 4 of 5. Cards, tab, 4 of 5.
Cards, I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% familiar with this aspect of the app. They keep updating the app very often, so we'll check it out right now in a bit, and I'll learn for myself as well.
Account, tab, 5 of 5.
Account, and that's where all of your settings are. That's where you can change your debit card information. You can update your address. The real nice thing about Uber Eats, if you travel to different parts of the country for a convention or a conference, or you're visiting a friend, you can update your address. It'll also, you got to turn on your GPS feature for Uber Eats to be able to identify your location. Sometimes it'll detect the exact address where you're at. If not, you have to input that. But in the account section, that's where you update your addresses, card information, and any other pertinent information.
Cards, tab, 4 of 5.
Let's go back to cards because I'm curious about that feature. Let's double tab on that.
Selected, cards, tab, 4 of 5.
I'm going to put my finger on top of the screen.
Start once you add items from a restaurant, add items to start orders. Cards. Orders, button. Add items to start a card. Once you add items from a restaurant or store, your card will appear here.
Okay, it's cart, not card, excuse me. So this is basically where you will see items when you're ordering something. This is where the items are going to appear. So basically that's what that is, the cart feature. Let's go back.
Tab bar, grocery, tab, 2 of 5.
Let's go into groceries so you guys can have an idea what type of groceries are available here.
Grocery, button. Convenience, button. Alcohol, button.
I bet some of you will like that feature.
Gifts, button. Pharmacy, button. Baby, button. Specialty foods, button. Pet supplies, button. Flowers, button. Retail, button. Electronics, button. Featured stores, heading. Randall's, 30 to 50 minutes. Offers available.
So there you go. There's Randall's, one of the grocery stores. So you can shop by category, and it will also give you the different grocery stores where you can order from.
7-Eleven, 15 to 35 minutes. Offers available. Fiesta Mart, 25 to 45 minutes. Offers available.
So those are different grocery stores. Let's check out the other tab.
Tab bar, browse, tab, 3 of...
Browse.
Shop near you. Grocery, button. Convenience, button.
It's basically the same thing.
Alcohol, button. Pharmacy, button. Personal care, button. Baby, button. Specialty foods, pet supplies, button.
For those of you who have pets or guide dogs.
Flowers, button.
Or if you're trying to convince a certain person to pay attention to you.
Retail, button. Electronics, button. Offers, button. Gifts, button.
Well, if you have a birthday coming up of a good friend. My birthday is January 1st, by the way.
Packages, button. Food near you. Pizza, button.
And then...
Account, tab.
We're gonna
5
go...
of 5. Account, tab. Selected.
I selected the account tab.
Favorites, button.
That's where you can put your favorite restaurants.
Wallet, button.
Wallet is where you input your card information.
Orders button.
And if you want to see where you've ordered from, because let's say you want to repeat the same order from a specific restaurant, you can go in there and look at your history of orders.
Uber for teens. Invite your teen to set up their own account button.
This is something new that they began to offer. If you have a teenager, a teenage son or daughter, you can set up an account just for them. And that way, you don't have to give them your phone every time you want them to place an order. You can set them up. It's like if you use like Netflix or YouTube TV or Amazon Prime, you can share your account with a son or a daughter or maybe someone else. And they can place orders on your account.
Family and teens. Teen and adult accounts. Ride button. Promotions. Ride button.
Ride, I'm assuming that syncs up with Uber if you want to request a ride.
Promotions. Send a gift button.
And Uber Eats is now offering another new service. As you guys can tell, they've been expanding a lot on their services. You can send someone a gift across town. If I've never done it myself, but I'm assuming you would order the item from a specific store and an Uber driver will go pick it up and deliver it to that person.
Return a package button.
Same thing as returning it back if you didn't like the package or if that person didn't like the package.
Help button. Set up your business profile. Automate work, travel, and meal expenses. Partner rewards button. Uber One. Invite friends. Get 50 privacy button.
So basically everything else is self-explanatory. So as you can see, the best feature of the app for me is having access to all types of food, all types of cuisines. Thanks to this app, I've really gotten to know other type of cuisines, and I've discovered which cuisines I like. I really like Mediterranean and Indian food because, I don't drive. I can't hop in my car and drive across town to the new Mediterranean restaurant that was open as easily as someone that can drive. So with Uber Eats, it really gives me an opportunity to try out new places and figure out and find out what I really do like and what I don't like. It really saves you time too, because for us people who live in Houston, the disabled population, you guys know how long it can take to move around in paratransit. There's traffic, there are delays, there's construction. So with Uber Eats, you're really bypassing all of that. But obviously you're paying out of pocket for this type of service. You do have to pay for the delivery. And prices are going to be a bit higher on the app. So whereas at McDonald's, for example, you may pay $10 at the restaurant for a meal, but with Uber Eats, you're going to pay more for that same meal. It can be anywhere from 20 to 30 to 40% more. So you really got to ask yourself, am I willing to pay more? Do I have the funds to pay more for food? And you just got to think about it. Do I want to give up 2 hours of my day to go across town to hop on a paratransit, and then you got to tip the waiter, and this service you also got to tip your drivers. It's just courtesy. They run across town. They're very busy. A lot of times they have to drive very far away, so keep that in mind. It's a nice thing to tip your drivers, especially if they do a good job. So the worst thing about the app, I would say, is that it can be very addicting. I know when I first got the app, I was so excited about having so many options at my fingertips, and I wanted to order something almost on a daily basis. So you really got to have a lot of self-discipline to not break the bank. You really got to have a budget and not overdo it, because it can be a little addicting, at least for me. So those are the main features of the app. I hope you guys learned something. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to demo the app.
Oh, wow. Great demonstration of the Uber Eats app. Jose, really appreciate that. Man, I didn't know it could do so many things. That's incredible. It's been a while since I've actually used it, probably back during the pandemic. All right, we're going to open it up for questions. See if you have any questions for Jose on the Uber Eats app.
This is Helene.
Go ahead, Helene.
I was interested when I am in Arizona, they do have Uber Eats. And when I am in Woodstock, New York, the closest, there's a lot of restaurants in Woodstock. Nobody delivers. So Uber Eats is not here. And I'm wondering if it was a great presentation. I was wondering if you could tell me where would I go on in my settings to find out, or in the app to find out if I'm being charged when I did use it once, because it does give me notifications every now and then saying your American Express gift or something where I'm getting like $10 free to Uber Eats. So I'm wondering, is someone taking money out each month and I've been unconscious? How would I know if I'm being charged? Because I did use it once about a year and a half, 2 years ago or something.
The only way that you would be charged is if you signed up for a monthly or yearly subscription. Otherwise, Uber Eats will not charge you. So the simplest way for you to find out if they're charging you is looking through your bank statement. So if you accidentally signed up for the monthly subscription, it's $9.99 to be exact, and it will say Uber on your bank transaction. If not, you can also look in the Uber Eats app. If you go to wallet, well, you go to account first, and then you go to wallet. There you will see your payment methods that are on file, and it'll show you if you are signed up for a subscription or not.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to get that monthly charge if you're not using it, that's for sure.
Yes, exactly. Now, the nice thing with some banks, I bank with Capital One, and they're running a promotion right now where they will waive my Uber Eats monthly fee for 6 months. So a lot of times when you are signed up with a particular bank or cell phone provider, they will give you a credit to offset your monthly subscription.
This is Ted.
Very good.
This
Now
is
go ahead, Ted.
Yeah, I used to be subscribed to Uber Eats and DoorDash, but since the COVID lockdown was lifted for the nursing homes, of course I'd get out more, so I didn't need the subscription. But I still do get promotional emails, 40% off for the next 3 orders if you buy within a certain time period. So even without the subscription, if you have an account with them, they will sometimes send you promotional materials too.
And thanks for pointing that out, Ted, because I've had a subscription for a really long time, and I wasn't sure if they send out promotions as well to people who are not subscribed, so that's good to know. Thank you for pointing that out, Ted.
So I got a question for you, Jose. If you had if you got signed up for the annual subscription, which then comes out to about a little over $8 a month. When does it kind of break even? Can you break even on one order, or it takes a couple orders?
It takes a couple of orders. It will take you a couple of orders. The delivery fee can range from restaurant to restaurant, depending on a few factors: the distance, how busy they are, the time of day. But the average delivery fee is around anywhere from $4, $5. So it will pay for itself after a couple of deliveries.
Okay. So if you don't use Uber Eats more than twice a month, then it's probably better not to get the subscription then.
Exactly, because at least for me, I was using it at least once a week. And I told myself, okay, it's worth it for me to get the subscription. So if you're only using it once a month, then most likely a subscription is not worth it for you. But if you're using it often, at least once a week, I would say it's worth it.
This is Sandhya.
Okay. Go ahead, Sandhya.
All right. So, Jose, have you used this app or using another app to get groceries? Have you tried that? I know this is mainly about restaurants, but you pointed out that there are the grocery option, Costco.
Yes, I did use it to get groceries from Costco because I am a Costco member.
Yeah.
And it was very accessible, very easy, straightforward. What I didn't like about that part, they added on extra fees. There must have been like 2 additional fees, and I didn't like that. My bill at the end of grocery shopping was like maybe 30-40% higher, and I didn't like it. So I don't really use a grocery delivery service on Uber Eats. I mainly order from HEB for my groceries, and they have their own app, and that's where I get my groceries from.
This is Kathy.
Yeah, go ahead, Kathy.
Jose, did you check? Sometimes when I do my groceries from Instacart, but there can be a variation, depending on what they find or what the sales are. So they always say at the beginning that they're taking more money than the order came to. But I'm assuming that when it comes to your looked at your checks, that it would be less, that they didn't actually charge for that amount. You know what I'm saying? Did I?
I'm not following.
So if you say you spend $160 at Costco. Well, they don't know for sure that that's going to be the amount. So they might take out 190 and you're thinking, oh my God, but I'm assuming and I haven't gone, that they'll only take 165 if that's what it added up to in the end.
Oh no, yes, definitely. They will put a hold on your card. So they will add on extra for any incidentals or whatever. But still in the end, the fee that they were adding on for the Costco delivery was still really high. I think it was like a $10, $20 more. And I asked myself, do I really need this item? Is it an emergency? Or can I wait for whenever my sister runs to Costco or a friend goes to Costco? So you just got to ask yourself, do you really want to pay a lot more and pay that higher fee, or just wait until you go next time?
This is Herbie.
Right.
All right, go ahead, Herbie, and this is going to be our last question.
So a couple of things. I don't know if you touched much on this, but one thing I really like is, because there's 2 major food delivery service apps, Uber Eats, DoorDash. Interface-wise, I definitely prefer the Uber Eats when it comes to ordering food over DoorDash. I find it very intuitive. And so I just wanted to comment on that. Also, you were commenting on the delivery time. Sometimes I will pay the priority fee, which is $1 or $2 extra to get the food a little bit quicker. And it does depend on how close the restaurant is to me and all that. But sometimes I will do that if I want it a little bit quicker and ensure that it's going to at least come directly to me. So I just thought I'd comment on that. But I really love the Uber Eats app myself for food delivery. And I use Walmart and Instacart for groceries. I've never used Uber Eats for groceries. So.
Thanks for pointing that out, Herbie, because what I do is sometimes I'll pay the extra fee for priority delivery, especially if I'm already using a promotion like Ted mentioned, 40% off of $25. You have to spend a minimum of $25 sometimes. And that's when I'll definitely pay a few extra bucks to get my items. But keep in mind, a lot of times if you're ordering from restaurants in your neighborhood, a lot of delivery times are really quick. And so, that's a nice thing from when you order from a place nearby.
Okay, with that, we're going to have to move on. We've got another demo to present, and we're going to actually, Herbie, who had our last question, is our next presenter. And by the way, thank you again, Jose. What an awesome job you did on that presentation. All right, so like I said, up next is Herbie. And Herbie, most of you know who he is. I know he's right in the middle of Mac training right now for us and lots of other things. Herbie, you got anything else you want to share about what you're up to here these days?
Well, I do iPhone demos for here. I do iPhone demos for what's it called, Bits. So I do internet radio. I do a cooking call for the ACB community, as well as accessible online games. And I could go on with my resume, but I keep pretty busy. And,
right.
With keeping it pretty busy, I need to clean house every once in a while. So how about we talk about that? Now, I'm going to talk about a lot of major things that you can clean up, from app data to contacts and things like that. The one thing I did not touch on in the pre-recorded part, so I'm going to come back to this at the very end, is I'm going to do a quick blurb on how you can quickly delete photos. And with that, let her roll.
All right. So, yeah, we are especially glad to have Herbie again sharing some features on the iPhone itself that you can just do. And like you said, do this cleanup and free up space.
I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you.
Spring cleaning, that dreaded task that nobody wants to do. But occasionally, it needs to get done. So why would you want to maybe know how to delete things off of your iPhone? Well, for one thing, you could make the mistake I did once and get a phone that has a limited amount of storage and find out that you're using a lot more of it than you realize. So you need to free up the disk space so that your phone will not only work properly, but you're able to install updates and whatnot. That is perhaps maybe the biggest reason, but also it's good to know what kind of things are being stored on your phone, and can you free up disk space that you might be able to use for other things, like, say, more Bard books or Audible or whatever it is you want to download onto your phone that you need for offline access. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to keep your phone organized. I'm going to start with messages and mail. I'm only going to show you one of these, but the same principle applies to both. And that is, how can you delete messages or mail? This is actually very simple, and I'm going to start by doing this. Open messages.
Messages. Chanel Marie Allen. Then
I don't want to delete that one. Come on, guys.
Back button.
Let's go to my back button. But if I want to do this...
Conversations. Cindy Hollis.
Do I want to delete Cindy? Well, you know what? I might just need to do that. I don't know. But so all I have to do is swipe up.
Drag item. Delete. Drag activate pin Cindy.
And voila, I can double tap the delete and it will delete her. Now there is a way to recover messages, but that's a whole nother demonstration in itself. So that is a simple way that I can delete one conversation. But one thing I do need to show you with mail is some additional options that you have that we do not have in messages. Open mail.
Mail. Replied. Jessica.
So again, as with messages, I can swipe up.
Delete thread. 2 messages.
Notice that that is a thread, so that would delete the entire thread. I can also expand the thread and just swipe up within the thread on an individual message and delete it that way. And unlike messages, we don't have extra things to swipe up and down through and whatnot. We just swipe up once when it comes to mail. So with that in mind, you do have a couple other things in mail, and let's go to an actual message first.
Celeste, Dave, and...
So let's go to a message first.
Elizabeth Conlon, episode... Message content.
But all I need to do is go to the left-hand side of my screen at the very bottom.
Toolbar, delete, button.
And voila, my delete button is right there, and I just delete it, and it moves it to the trash. Now in mail, there are additional things you can set up, because... sometimes it'll go to the archive message, but However, one thing to know in mail is there is an archive mailbox, and that is a whole nother thing, and we'll probably need to visit mail at some point on the Saturday call. Oh, wait, I do believe I did do that. You can go back through the podcast and look for my mail demonstration, which was last June.
All
I
inboxes.
remember
3
that.
unread messages. All messages. Elizabeth.
But I'm getting sidetracked, folks. I do apologize. Let's go to the top.
Mailboxes.
So what I did is I hit my back button to go back to my main list of mailboxes.
Mailboxes. Back button.
I don't want that. I want to swipe once to the right.
All inboxes. Edit. Button.
And I've got an edit button.
Cancel. Cancel.
And I can do one of two things here. I can swipe to the right.
Search. Messages. Reply. Celeste. Dave and Rebecca. Selected.
Maybe I want to delete them.
Elizabeth Conlon. Elizabeth Conlon. Replied. Emerald. Last night in 54. Selected.
And
Reply.
I think I want to delete that too. And now I'm going to just go to the
toolbar. Trash. Button.
Trash button, which is at the bottom right-hand corner of my phone on the thing. So basically, yes.
Messages.
So basically, if you're doing it from this, then the trash is on the bottom right-hand.
Vertical scroll bar. Vertical scroll bar. Toolbar. Mark.
And they are gone. Now, another thing I can do is I can do a select all, which is at the top of my screen.
Select all. Button. Deselect all.
And I don't want them all selected, so I'm going to do a deselect all. But then I could do that trash option, and voila, they are gone.
All inboxes.
But odds are mail might be the least of your problems. I mean, you do want to keep a handle on that. But there are other things that can clog up your phone, and there is an easy way to find them, and I'm going to show you how. One thing that people don't realize is how much data your apps actually can store. No, I'm not talking about personal tracking data. I'm talking about files that for various reasons you have allowed apps to download onto your phone. And for good reasons, perhaps. There are some GPS applications that require maps to be downloaded. How about the music app? Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to have offline access to music? Maybe you're going to be in airplane mode or have bad internet, or you're trying to save data. You know, there are a number of reasons. Bard Mobile, you can't stream the books, you have to download them. Same with Audible. And these can take up storage on your phone. So maybe every once in a while you might want to go through and clean out the things that are using storage. How can we do that? Some apps, of course, will let you delete things internally, but we do have kind of a universal way of getting to them on the phone, and that's what I'm going to show you. Open Settings. There are two things we can do in settings. One is in the apps part of settings, but we can actually accomplish the same thing within our actual iPhone storage. So how do you get to your iPhone storage? Well, I am so glad you asked. We need to look for General and then iPhone storage.
Search. Herbie. Fam. Air. Wipe. Blue. Person. Notice. Sound. Focus. General. Button.
I'm going to double tap that.
About. Button.
And then I'm going to swipe to the right.
Software update. Apple Care and AirDrop. AirPlay and Picture-in-Picture. CarPlay. But iPhone storage. Button.
So many things I could talk about with General. There are plenty of seminars I could do just to explain the iPhone settings. But for now, what we want is iPhone storage.
Selected. General. Back button. iPhone storage. Heading. Search. Search field. iPhone. 115 gigabytes of 256 gigabytes used.
So I've used about 115 gigabytes of storage. Now I do know where some of that actually comes from, but there you go. I can see my statistics right here. And now I'm just swiping to the right again.
Applications 81.94 gigabytes.
And I can see that applications are using the most storage, which is not surprising.
Music 8.71 gigabytes of 2.86 gigabytes.
It's mispronouncing that, but that is TV, and some of those files I do like to have downloaded because it eliminates buffering and things like that sometimes, but video files can take up a lot of storage. However, I've downloaded more music than video content.
Messages 905.1 MB.
Messages, and you're probably wondering, what can take up storage in messages? audio messages, actually. So when people send you voice messages, those do collect over time. So if your good buddy sends you 20-minute long voice messages, you might want to tell them to stop, or don't mind the fact that it'll use up some of your storage. Now, there are plenty of things that will take up way more than that, but it is a factor, and if you have a phone with limited storage, then you should be more concerned about it versus if you have a lot more storage.
iOS 11.31 gigabytes.
iOS, it's going to have its own space, but it needs about 12 gigabytes of storage roughly to be able to install and all that, so not much we can really do there.
System data 9.11 gigabytes. Available 140.7 gigabytes.
So I have less available than what I'm storing, so what can we do about that?
Applications. Music. Messages.
It's saying TV.
iOS. System data. Recommendations. Heading. Show all. Button.
I can have it show all. Let's do that.
Show all. Offload unused apps. Enable. Button.
Offload unused apps.
Save up to 3.21 gigabytes. Automatically offload unused apps when you're low on storage. Your documents and data will be saved.
So what this does is this moves them to the dreaded app library, and we did a demo on that a long time ago. Maybe that's something else worth revisiting again now that it's been several years. But what this will do, if I enable
Enable. Button. Enable. Offload unused apps. Save up to 3.20. Reviewed downloads. Button. Off. Recommendations. Heading. System data. Off. Save up. Reviewed downloads. Button.
Now the enable button is gone, so I did enable it. So what it should start doing now is getting rid of apps that I've not opened in at least a month. So that is going to free up at least 3 gigabytes of storage on my phone right there.
Save up to 2.85 gigabytes. Review downloaded videos stored on your device and consider removing them.
Downloaded videos can come from multiple sources, by the way. The TV app, of course, your camera roll. Do you take a lot of photos? That's going to eat up a lot of your storage.
Review downloaded videos and audios. Button. Save up to 2.58 gigabytes. Review downloaded videos and audio files stored on your device and consider removing them. Sorting. Size. Button. Heading. Dolby On. 38.53 gigabytes. Button.
Okay, that one
Actions
I'm not
available.
removing, but yeah.
Music. Last used. Yesterday. 8.71 gigabytes. Button.
Music has a
Actions
lot of
available.
storage. I think it's worth maybe
Music. Apple Incorporated.
deleting all of it.
App size. 23.7 MB. Documents and data. Offload app. Button.
I don't want to offload the app because I use it very regularly.
This will free up storage used by the app, but its documents and data. Reinstalling the app will place back your data if the app is still available in the App Store. Delete app. Button.
And I can also delete the app from here.
This will delete the app and all related. Delete app. This will delete app. Button.
And you can also delete the app from here, but there is a quicker way to delete an application, and I will show you that in a little bit.
This will delete the app and all related data from this iPhone. This action can't be undone. Music. Edit. Button. All songs. 7.1 GB. Actions
Now,
available.
let's see.
Delete.
I can swipe up to delete and then double tap.
Music. Last used. Yesterday. 3.11 gigabytes. Button. Actions
So,
available.
I've now freed up a lot of storage by deleting files from it. Now,
Music.
it's still saying
Apple
311
This will free up
gigabytes.
storage. Delete app. This will delete the app. Delete. This will free up offload app. Button. Documents and data. 3.08 gigabytes. App size. 23.7 MB. iPhone storage.
So there's some things it just does not get rid of entirely, and I'm not quite sure what is stored in there
iPhones. Music.
within
Last.
the realm of music. But let's keep looking now.
GarageBand. 1.59 gigabytes. Button. Actions
GarageBand.
available.
Oh boy.
GarageBand. Apple Incorporated. App size. Document. Offload app. This will free up storage used by the app. But delete app. Button.
I don't even use the app, so you know what? It needs to go away.
Alert. Delete app. Button. Delete app. Settings. iPhone storage. GarageBand. 1.59 gig. Health.
right.
1.57 gigabytes. Button. YouTube. Last used. Today. 1.41 gigabytes. Bard Mobile. 1.31 gigabytes. Button. Actions
Now, can
available.
we delete something like Bard Mobile?
Bard
Not
Mobile.
the app itself, but I mean the data.
This will free. Delete app. This will delete the app.
So when it comes to apps that are third parties, then you'll need to actually go into the app itself and consider deleting content that way. But even in Bard, that swipe up to delete actually does work. And just a reminder, when I was going through all those different options, like the different apps that had data and stuff, I was using my swipe right with one finger. Alright, I'm going to move along here. I'm going to show you just a couple more things, and let's start with how to delete an app. Let us go find something that we can practice deleting.
Social media folder, 5 apps, 100. Instagram, 131.
Instagram, if something happens to it, oops.
Edit mode.
So I'm going to swipe down to edit.
Started editing.
And it doesn't matter where you start the edit from. What you want to do is just make sure you're focused on the app that you want to do something to.
Club Instagram is editing, 100.
Again, I could talk about other things on the screen, such as how to move an app to a folder. But we're just going to focus on how to delete the app. So now if I swipe up.
Drag Instagram. Delete.
And voila, there is my delete option.
Activate default.
I would then hit the delete button with one finger double tap. It'll ask me if I'm sure I want to delete the app. I tell it yes, with hitting the delete button again, and it's gone. Alright, let's move along here and discuss. You know, I actually should have said earlier 3 more elements of spring cleaning. So we touched on the first one with deleting an app itself. Now let's talk about 2 other things. The first one has to do with iCloud. And that, in some degree, is a separate thing from the phone, but it is things that are on your phone, and being able to affect your iCloud storage can be of importance, as that can save you money. Because if you run out of iCloud storage and you need to use more of it, then you'll have to pay for a higher storage plan. How do we get to our iCloud storage, and what can we delete from there? Open Settings.
Settings.
As you heard, I've opened Settings, and I'm going to go to where it has my name and Apple ID.
Sir Herbert Allen, Apple ID. Button.
And I'm going to double tap that and swipe to the right.
Herbert Allen, personal information, but sign in and secure payment and ship subscriptions. iCloud, 200 GB. Button.
And we're going to go to where it says iCloud, 200 GB. So this is how much iCloud storage I have. I'm going to double tap.
iCloud, photos, 31%, docs, 28%, backups, 22%, others, 1%, iCloud Plus, 163.2 gigabytes of 200 gigabytes used, photos, 31%, docs, 28%, backups, 22%, others, 1%.
Okay, so now you see how much storage is being used on my iCloud.
Manage account storage, button.
I just swipe right once to manage account storage.
iCloud Plus, 163.2 gigabytes of 200 gigs. Manage how apps on your devices. Use your iCloud storage. Use family storage. Button. Change storage plan. 200 GB. Button.
So, again, this is not an iCloud lesson. This is just on how to delete what is currently in there. I'm not going to go into family storage and all that. That's a whole nother thing.
iCloud Photos. 62.7 gigabytes. Button.
Okay, I do not want to delete all the photos right now because there are some that I do want to keep.
Backups, 43.3 gigabytes. Button.
But I do not need these backups.
50%. 55%.
So I'm going to double tap.
Backups, 43.3 backups. 1 backup. Documents and data, 43. Backups. Heading. iPhone. This iPhone, 43.3 gigabytes. Button. iPhone. This iPhone. 43.3 gigabytes. Button.
So what happens if I double tap that?
Last backup, today, 8:25.
So I can see that the last backup was done today at 6:25.
Backup size, 43.29 gigabytes. Next backup size, loading. Dolby On, 35.8 gig. Utunes, 3.51 gigabytes. Switch WhatsApp, 2.42 gigabytes. Switch button, on. Backpack, 557.3 MB. Switch button, on. VLC, 409.7 MB. Switch button, on.
So what this is doing is this is showing me each and every single app that is using data within iCloud. So if I don't want it backed up, then I can double tap the toggle and turn it off and it will not back up to the cloud.
Turns off iCloud backup on your device and deletes all of your device's backup stored in iCloud.
So I'm at the bottom of the phone. That's what I did with my 4-finger single tap. I'm going to swipe once to the left.
Turn off and delete from iCloud. Button.
So I can turn off the backup and dump from iCloud if I want.
Your photo library is not included here because it is backed up as part of iCloud Photos.
So iCloud Photos is a separate part of your backups altogether, as you saw in the previous screen. I'm still going to the left here.
Show all apps. Button.
So there's a show all apps.
VLC 400.
And there you go. We're back to VLC. So I can see every single app that is using data now. Actually, I don't want anything deleted from here, but that is my backups for iCloud. The last thing, this doesn't really take up anything in the way of storage, but it can be frustrating. What if you have either a duplicate contact or perhaps you just want to get rid of a contact in general? This is not as obvious as you might hope, but that's what I am here for, is to show you this. So if you want to delete a contact, you can either use the Contacts app on your phone, or you can just go through the phone app and get to contacts that way. I actually find that 9 times out of 10, I don't need the Contacts app itself on my phone. It's just one more app that I really don't need. Open phone.
Laura Cornwell. Phone. Back. Button.
And I'm going to go to the Contacts tab.
Back. Button. Tab bar. Keep. Selected. Contacts. Tab. 3 of 5.
And I'm already there, as you can hear it saying selected. So I'm already pointed, and as you can already hear, I am there as it's saying selected. If I was not, then I would do a one-finger double tap, and that would bring up the Contacts tab. So I'm already in a name. I just double tapped on the name at random. It said Laura Cornwell. What if I want to delete her?
Back. Edit. Button.
At the top of the screen is our
Back. Button.
And to the right is our
Edit. Button.
Back and Edit buttons. We want the Edit button.
Done. Dimmed.
And now I've got all that. We're not going to look through the contact details. What we want is our delete option. So what is the easiest way to get there? The easiest way that I know of is to touch the bottom left of your screen.
Tab bar. Favorites. Tab. 1 of 5.
And then do a one-finger swipe left.
Delete contact. Button.
And then if I double tap that.
Delete alert. Delete 4 contacts. Delete contact. Button. Cancel. Button.
And there you go. It's asking me if I want to delete the entire contact card for her.
Cancel. Delete 4 contacts.
In this case, I don't want to.
Delete
so I'm
contact.
going to cancel.
Button.
But that's basically how you delete a contact from your phone, is you go to Contacts, you find the name that you want or the duplicate, you double tap, go to Edit, touch the bottom left of your phone and swipe left, and that should bring up the delete button. And the last thing I'm just going to briefly talk about is photos. You can delete photos from your phone. I showed you one way with the storage, but if you just want to go through them individually, then what you can do is bring up your camera app, go to where it says photo and video viewer, and you can swipe up and down through the list of photos, swipe right to edit and then delete, and if you double tap the delete button, it'll bring up that confirmation once again, and you can delete the photo and it'll be gone from your phone. I'm not always completely sure if it deletes it from iCloud, so that could be a separate thing. It tries to mirror it, but if you are doing spring cleaning on photos, you might want to check you might want to sometimes reset your iCloud photos as well, just to be on the safe side. And with that, we'll go to questions.
Okay, let's see who has a question for Herbie and all the different cleanup things he was talking about.
This is Liz.
Go ahead, Liz.
What is the optimum amount of storage under, like, the iPhone storage settings you went to?
So you want to at least have, I mean, that really depends. Like, what do you mean by the optimal storage?
I know if your phone has very little storage on it, like 128 gigs or something like that, then you get to the top of that, it doesn't run real good. So this last time I got one that has 512 gigs, and right now I'm using like 285, and it seems to run well. Is there like a balance of how much you use versus your phone's actual storage?
I'm not aware of any particular balance, but you're doing you're using a little bit over half, so you'll know. it's more to keep in mind of when you purchase feature phones. Okay, you'll know that you'll want to stick with a 512 gig phone at least because of the amount of storage that you use. And you don't want to let it get, too full if you can help it. If you start getting around like the 500 gigabytes mark, started to be concerned. I think when you have like 10 GB left is when it really starts bugging you. Like, oh, you're starting to run low on storage on your phone. You might want to start deleting some things. So I'd say around 10 to 20 GB, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Because my iPad it did that to me because my iPad has the minimum size storage on it. And so
Yeah.
I had to delete almost everything off of it because it wouldn't even let me open anything.
So that's where apps like Dropbox that can store a lot of data online and not even on your device can be really helpful. So that way you can still access everything from multiple devices and not have it affect your storage. It doesn't work for everything, but that's where apps like that can be helpful as well. So, all right, great question.
Thank you.
Misty?
Yes.
I wanted to know, I use a group FaceTime calls in messages, and I wanted to clean that out, but I still wanted to keep their names up there. So how would I clear that all out?
So you're wanting to clear it out of messages?
Yes.
You would just delete that conversation.
Just the conversation. It'll still have the names still on the list?
Yes, because that's it'll store any names that are on the list. I mean, like, what I would do is I would go through and make sure they're all in your contacts, so you still know who they all are.
Yeah.
And I think the group FaceTime call would store separately in the FaceTime app anyway, but if you delete the messages. So what I would do is with the group FaceTime situation is go into the FaceTime app and you can make sure it's still there if you're wanting to access it. But if you would delete it from messages, it'll still be in the FaceTime. And the people, anybody you have in your contacts will still be in your contacts after you delete the messages, the message.
So I would have to delete the whole page even though I have them as a group.
No, you just delete that one conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any individual conversations you have with any of the members will still be there. You're just deleting that one thread, that one message by what I showed you, swiping to the message and then swipe up twice to delete, and there you go.
Okay. Thank you.
Intisar?
Yes.
Okay, I have a couple of quick questions. Did you say when we want to delete videos and pictures, we go to camera, not photos?
I'm sure there is a way to delete it from photos, and I haven't explored. I personally find it a lot easier to go to photo and video viewer. And part of that has to do with because I don't have any site. I need information like the timestamp and all that. So I rely on a lot of the information that each photo gives me to determine if it's something I want to delete or not. I think there is a way to delete things from photos, and there's nothing wrong with doing it that way if you know how. It's just not the way that I use.
Yeah. Okay. So, sorry. So you're saying easier it's to delete from cameras.
You might find it easier, yeah. But there's certainly nothing wrong with doing it through photos if you're able to.
This is Celeste, and I will let you know because I use photos to organize that. Just as a FYI, they're actually going to be deleting it twice from photos because what it does is you can delete it, but then it puts it into kind of like a trash folder, like mail. So then you'll want to go into that little holding place. It's kind of like the recycle bin on your PC.
Right.
And delete the photo or video, permanently at that point. But again, it kind of gives you a kind of insurance if you accidentally deleted it, you can go in there and restore it if you want.
Right, and I think the camera roll bypasses that trash folder.
Ah, okay.
I think it does. That's something to double check on. So, because I want to be sure of that. But I think it does bypass the trash folder. But that could be a good point if you're unsure of what you're deleting. That's Max.
Hi there. Just a very quick question. Might be off topic, but what speech voice were you using, and what rate was it at? Because it sounded really good, and
Siri for 55%.
Thank you.
This is Shri.
Yes, Shri.
On the photos, I typically do a one-finger triple tap, and one of the options in the context menu is to delete.
All right, and do you know if that takes it still to the trash folder, or does it bypass the trash folder?
I think it bypasses, because it's going to ask you to let you know that it's going to be removed from the cloud, so...
Okay, good. Yep, well, there's several ways of deleting things, so perfect. All right, who else?
Time for maybe one or two more questions. I know we're already past our...
And I think the person... Yes.
Sorry.
No,
this is Rita. Yeah.
Yes.
Great presentations. Thank you so much. Just a suggestion also on the contacts app, when you're in the contacts and you're on your main list of contacts, you can long press on the contact itself without opening it, and it gives a quick action for deleting. So you don't have to actually open the contact and find the edit.
Worked, because I thought I'd tried that a long time ago, so good to know.
All right, one more person that may have a question or comment.
I do. This is Cheryl. How do you, let's say you want to save some information, say like in messages or an email, how do you establish folders on your phone?
That is a completely different topic, but great question. And if you can come back to the Monday night call, we can definitely talk about that more in depth.
Okay.
And that's a good place to bring it to an end here. We've, if anybody has additional questions on anything, our Monday night iBUG Buzz, 7 p.m. Central Time, is a great place. That's an open Q&A session for 2 hours. You can get all these questions answered. Unfortunately, we are out of time for today at this meeting. So I just want to, again, thank Herbie and Jose for the great demos that they provided. And thanking my co-host, Sandhya. Where are you, Sandhya? You still around?
Yeah, I'm still around. I think y'all did great. It's demos that we can definitely use, and I'm really excited for both of them.
All right. And most of all, we thank everyone that has come into the call. Well, it's not a call, but some of you called, but joined in the conference here today. We are so appreciative of you and so glad that you took these 2 hours out of your Saturday afternoon and joined us. And especially happy birthday to all of those that had a birthday this month. Gary, especially today. Hopefully he goes out and does something fun later on this evening.
Hey, this was fun.
And one other person that didn't get a chance, I don't know if she's still here, but I know she had a birthday. Carol had a birthday this past month, and we want to also wish her a very, very happy birthday.
Thank you.
I owe her a sushi dinner because I forgot. But anyway, let's end the meeting and
let's welcome. I mean, again, acknowledge our most distant. I don't know, the Carla from England and our gentleman from Ireland. How exciting! Niles, how cool! We're just thrilled that y'all came all the way to join us.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate you, everybody, for being here. And we will be back. Don't forget, next month is our 13th anniversary. We got a lot of fun things planned, and we would love to have you be there May 25th. And prior, leading up to that is our $500 tech shopping spree drawing. And proceeds from that always help us out to continue doing what we're doing. So love all of you guys, and we will see you in a month at this meeting, and hopefully we will see you at some of our other meetings in between.